ಜಾರುತ್ತೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಯಾಕೆ ಹಂಗೆ ಜಾರುತ್ತೆ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವ್ಯಾವ ಫೋರ್ಸಸ್ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ ಅನ್ನೋದು ತಿಳ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋದೇ ಫ್ರಿಕ್ಷನ್ ವೆನ್ ಆಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ಡ್ ಆನ್ ದ ಇನ್ಕ್ಲೈನ್ಡ್ ಪ್ಲೇನ್. ವೆನ್ an object is, students observe here, when an object is placed on the surface it will not move. When a force is applied, then only it will move. If it is placed, it is inclined, it will not fall down. Like this, if it goes on increasing the angle, at some angle the object will drop down automatically without any external force. So why it will happen? What are the forces acts there? That points we are going to discuss here. First of all, when an object is placed on the inclined plane, angle to the plane, that is angle theta. There are several forces act here. Number one, the weight of the object will always 90 degree to the earth. The weight of the object acts always 90 degree to the earth. That is weight force. But here the object is inclined, not in the surface. Due to this inclination, this weight force will divide it into two parts. The weight force will divide it into two parts. That is, number one, due to this weight force and due to this angle, some force will act towards downwards. And another force will act perpendicular to this inclination line. Perpendicular to this inclination line. That is W cos theta. This force W sin theta. When an object is placed on the inclined plane, the weight force is always acts towards the earth. Due to this weight force will divide into two parts. That is, one W cos theta and one W sin theta. This W cos theta is perpendicular to this plane, 90 degree to this plane. This is normal reaction. When object is placed on the inclined plane, weight force is not equal to the normal reaction. Weight force will not equal to the normal reaction. That weight force will divide it into two parts. That is, one parallel to the inclination plane, W cos theta. Another force will push object downwards, that is W sin theta. And here it is normal reaction. Due to this W sin theta, the object will always try to move towards this. To avoid this, we have to apply the force like this. Here, normal reaction is W cos theta. Before discussion, when the object is placed on a surface, normal reaction is always equal to weight. But here, when object is placed in the inclined plane, normal reaction is equal to W cos theta. Depends upon the angle. Okay. First, we have to know about when object is placed on inclined plane. First, we have to know about angle of repose. Angle of repose. Due to the weight force division of weight force into two parts, W cos theta and W sin theta. W sin theta will always act towards the sliding. Due to this, when an object is placed here, like this, angularly, one force W sin theta will always acts towards like this. This force will always try to slide the object. When we increase the angle, at some angle, the object slides automatically without any force. That angle is called angle of repose. That means the inclination angle the inclination angle at which object slides down without any applied force is called angle of repose. Particularly you have to note down this. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ವಸ್ತುವಿನ ನಾವು ಇನ್ಕ್ಲಿನೇಷನ್ ಪ್ಲೇನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇಟ್ಟಾಗ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ನಾವೇನು ಗಮನಿಸಬೇಕಪ್ಪ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ವಸ್ತುವಿನ ತೂಕ ಎರಡು ಭಾಗವಾಗಿ ಡಿವೈಡ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಒಂದು W cos θ, ಇನ್ನೊಂದು W sin θ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವತ್ತು ವಸ್ತುವಿನ ತೂಕ ನಾರ್ಮಲ್ ರಿಯಾಕ್ಷನ್ಗೆ ಸಮನಾಗಿರೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ನಾರ್ಮಲ್ ರಿಯಾಕ್ಷನ್ ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಪ್ಪ ಅಂದ್ರೆ W cos θ ಅನ್ನೋ ಫಾರ್ಮುಲಾ ಉಪಯೋಗಿಸ್ಕೊಂಡು ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಈ W sin θ ಹೆಂಗಿರುತ್ತೆ, ಇದು ಯಾವತ್ತು ವಸ್ತುವಿನ ಕೆಳಮುಖವಾಗಿ ತಳ್ತಾ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಅದಷ್ಟೇ ತಳ್ತಾ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಈ ಆಂಗಲ್ ಇನ್ಕ್ರೀಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಹೋದ್ರೆ ಯಾವುದೋ ಒಂದು ಆಂಗಲ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತಪ್ಪ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಈ ವಸ್ತು ಅದಷ್ಟು ಕದೇ ಜಾರ್ ಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ ಕೆಳಗಡೆ, ಯಾವುದೇ ರೀತಿ ಫೋರ್ಸ್ ಅಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡದಿಲ್ಲ. ಆ ಆಂಗಲ್ ನಾವೇನಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಪ್ಪ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಆಂಗಲ್ ಆಫ್ ರಿಪೋಸ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಇದಾದ್ಮೇಲೆ ನಾವು ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಎರಡು ಫಾರ್ಮುಲಾನ ಗಮನಿಸಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ಒಂದು, ಈಗ ಆಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ನ ನಾವು ಸ್ಲೈಡಿಂಗ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೀವಿ, ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇನ್ಕ್ಲಿನೇಷನ್ ಪ್ಲೇನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೀವಿ. ಈಗ ವಸ್ತು ಜಾರ್ತಾ ಇದೆ, ನಿಂತಿರುವಾಗ ಎಷ್ಟು ಫೋರ್ಸ್ ಅಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ, ಈ ಕಡೆಯಿಂದ ನಾವು ಎಷ್ಟು ಫೋರ್ಸ್ ಅಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ, ಹೀಗಾಗ್ಲಿ ಅಥವಾ ಮೇಲಿಂದ ಕೆಳಮುಖ ತಳ್ಳೋದಾಗ್ಲಿ ಎಳ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋದಾಗ್ಲಿ, ಎಷ್ಟು ಫೋರ್ಸ್ ಅಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಈ ವಸ್ತು ಕೆಳಮುಖವಾಗಿ ಚಲಿಸುತ್ತೆ. When the object is placed on the inclined plane, we have two formulas to be calculated, two forces to be calculated. Number one, force. Consider object is placed in the inclined plane, but object is not moving, it is staying there. What force required to move the object towards downwards? What force we have to apply to move the object downwards? Number one. Number two, what force we have to apply to pull the object upwards? These two forces we have to be calculated. Number one, force required to move object downwards. That is, what formula you have to use? P, applied force downwards, is equal to calculated by or force required to push down, W into mu sin theta minus mu cos theta. Sin theta minus mu cos theta. It can also be interchangeable. Whichever result you get, that can be interchangeable. That is, when the object is placed on an inclined plane, consider it is not moving. What force is required by us to move the object downwards? That is calculated using this formula. P downwards, or to push the object downwards. That is W sin theta minus mu cos theta. Another one. What force required to move the object upwards along the inclination plane? ಎಷ್ಟು ಫೋರ್ಸ್ ಅಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಈ ಆಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಇನ್ಕ್ಲಿನೇಷನ್ ಪ್ಲೇನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅಪ್ವರ್ಡ್ ಆಗಿ ಮೂವ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ? ಇದನ್ನ ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವು P upwards is equal to W into sin theta plus mu cos theta ಅನ್ನೋ ಫಾರ್ಮುಲಾ ಉಪಯೋಗಿಸಿಕೊಂಡು ಕಂಡುಹಿಡಿತೀವಿ. The force required to move the object upwards along the inclination plane, we are going to use the formula P upwards, pulling force required to move the object upwards. That is W into sin theta plus mu cos theta. Here W means weight of the object. W means weight of the object Theta means angle of inclination. Angle of inclination. So, these are the things we are going to study in this chapter. Here, what are the important objects? What are the important things we have discussed here? Now, recall once again. First of all, what we have discussed, what is the meaning of friction, how it will develop. Then, what are the advantages of friction? What are the disadvantages of friction? First of all, what we discussed, friction. What is the meaning of friction? It is the resistance force developed between the contacting surface of the object and the surface when the object is moving or about to move. That is called frictional force. It is generated force. Then what we have discussed, what are the advantages of friction? There are so many advantages of the friction. Number one, what are the advantages of friction? Number one, it provides proper grip to the moving parts. Number two, many machines are designed depending on the effects of the friction. Number three, it provides grip and avoids slip of the belts and ropes and the pulleys. ಫ್ರಿಕ್ಷನ್ ಇಂದ ನಮಗೆ ಅಡ್ವಾಂಟೇಜಸ್ ಇದೆ, ಡಿಸ್ಅಡ್ವಾಂಟೇಜಸ್ ಇದೆ. ಇದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ವಿ. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಏನು ತಿಳ್ಕೊಂಡ್ವಿ? ಫ್ರಿಕ್ಷನ್ ನಿಯಮಗಳೇನು ತಿಳ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀವಿ. ಮತ್ತೆ ಒಂದು ಆಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ನ ಅಂದರೆ ಒಂದು ವಸ್ತುವನ್ನು ನಾವು ಸರ್ಫೇಸ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಇಟ್ಟಾಗ ಯಾವ ಫೋರ್ಸಸ್ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. ದೆನ್ ವಾಟ್ ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಡಿಸ್ಕಸ್, an object is placed on the surface, what are the forces will affect here? Number one, weight of the object, it always acts downwards to the surface, and another force acts upwards to the force equal to the weight force, that is called normal reaction. Another force, pulling force, what are the force we are applying to move the object, and frictional force that acts always opposite to the applied force, that is frictional force. It will always act opposite to the frictional force. Frictional force will always be equal to the applied force. If you apply the force more, frictional force is also more. If you apply the force is less, frictional force is also less. Like this we have discussed. Then we have discussed about types of friction. Friction na ಎಷ್ಟು ವಿಧಗಳಿದಾವೆ ಅಂತ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀವಿ. ಫ್ರಿಕ್ಷನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ 3 ಟೈಪ್ ಆಫ್ ಫ್ರಿಕ್ಷನ್ ಇದೆ: ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಟಿಕ್ ಫ್ರಿಕ್ಷನ್, ಡೈನಾಮಿಕ್ ಫ್ರಿಕ್ಷನ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಲಿಮಿಟಿಂಗ್ ಫ್ರಿಕ್ಷನ್. ಈ 3 ಫ್ರಿಕ್ಷನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಲಿಮಿಟಿಂಗ್ ಫ್ರಿಕ್ಷನ್ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಮತ್ತೆ ಡೈನಾಮಿಕ್ ಫ್ರಿಕ್ಷನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ 2 ವಿಧ ಇದೆ. ದೇರ್ ಆರ್ 2 ಟೈಪ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಡೈನಾಮಿಕ್ ಫ್ರಿಕ್ಷನ್. ಒನ್ ಇಸ್ ರೋಲಿಂಗ್ ಫ್ರಿಕ್ಷನ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಸ್ಲೈಡಿಂಗ್ ಫ್ರಿಕ್ಷನ್. Then we have to understand about what is the rolling friction, what is the sliding friction. Then we have discussed about the coefficient of friction. What is the meaning of coefficient of friction? We have studied about what is the angle of friction. Then we have studied about what are the forces, what is the force required to move the object to horizontal if the applied force is horizontal. Then we have discussed about what is the force required, how to calculate the force required to move the object if the applied force is angular to the plane. What is the formula, how it will be calculated. Then we have discussed what are the factors that will affect if the object is placed on the inclined plane. Then how the weight force is divided into 2 parts. What is the normal reaction when the object is placed in the inclined plane. Then how we are going to calculate to move when the object is placed in the inclined plane, what amount of force is required to move the object towards downwards, and how it will be calculated. We have discussed about the formula, and then we have discussed what is the formula used to calculate the force required to move the object upwards when it is placed on an inclined plane. These are the things we have discussed today. So now I am ending this chapter. Tomorrow's class I am going to explain you about what are the questions that are going to be given in this chapter, and how using these formulas how you are going to calculate and solve the given problems. Thank you.